Diaz Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Here's that other one. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Is it another one? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a fat girl in a Hummer, son. Buy up, buy up, buy up. And I have nothing against fat ladies. I loves me a torta. Step up. Step your game up. You don't even know what you're losing until you lost it, right? Or you don't know what you're missing until you miss it. One thing I do know for sure, in a Menudo style of direct fashion, we're about to get straight into it. Your boy is back, man. The pull-up was real. I had to pull up. And this is kind of like a vlog. I'm going to tell you a few stories. We had a good time, man. Tapped in with the homeboy Dubs, the homeboy Food and Felons. You already know, man. He dropped an exclusive banger today. Make sure you go tap in and trip out. We were all up in Santa Bruta, all in Santa Barbara on the pier, man. And it was wonderful. It was lovely. Cowboy was there as well. And all the family and friends. It definitely was a real pull-up. They said it couldn't be done. I did that. They said I wouldn't pull up Bentley style. I did that, right? One thing I know for sure is what anyone says about me, I'm going to do quite the contrary. I'm going to do the opposite. Because opposites attract. Pulled up, man, my boy Dubs was more than the hospitality was there. That's a righteous camarada. That's a good brother right there, right? I'm going to tell you, man, if you get a chance to meet him, shake his vice, he got big old mitts, right? Now, watch out. Guard, shut up. I'm talking real stuff right here. And in Menudo style, direct fashion, I'm going to get straight to it. Pulled up on the homie, right? First night he was on and cracking. He showed me Santa Barbara. Took me to his barrio, all up on the west side. Something up. Shh, don't tell nobody, right? We were all on the west side. And he even drove through the east side with much respects, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, the way I looked at it, this barrio, him telling me the stories, the old school stories, and just reminiscing, I can see that there's more houses on the west side. It's more like I'm not going to say more barrio because the east side is definitely a barrio as well, but it's just more houses. Whereas on the east side, it's more spread out. There's like more stores, more shopping centers, but it definitely is with the wiggleization. I went past a couple spots that I was like, okay, let me duck down there because they might trip me. I went red, right? It was different. But at the same time, in the meantime, in between time, there was definitely love and raza there, and I loved it. Now, first night we went and got a little sushi, and I want to talk about the sushi situation because you know your boy had to lift his fingers up in the air and let the wind blow and knock me one down. Oh, Jasmine, I send mines, right? So we pull up, and we're kicking back, and right when we walk in, trip out on this, right when we walk in, I need to take a liquiazo, so I'm like, hey, Duz, I'm going to take a piss real quick. Where's the bathroom? I said, oh, it's over there, right? Bam. I'm gone. There's a family sitting. There's a lady and her kids. I didn't know her old man had went to the bathroom. So, of course, the waitress is dealing with Dubs. Like, hey, you know, what do you guys want to order? Bring you guys waters or whatever the case may be. I told him, hey, you go ahead and order, bro. This is your spot. This is your town. You know what I mean? You know the section. I'll just eat whatever. So, trip out. As I'm going, this guy kind of looks at me. I kind of look at him. It is what it is. You know, the pull-up was real. And I go take my liquiazo. When I come back, the lady goes, hey, are you a YouTuber? And I look back at her. I look back at it. I look back at it. I was like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. What's up? She was like, are you Gunners Collective? I said, yeah. Bang, bang. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. She was like, hey, we watching me, my old man. And her husband's like, hey, nice to meet you. The familia was just a regular family. They were cool. And I got to thinking about a lot of people that talk about famous, you know, the rappers and they get noticed and this and that. And I've been noticed, you know, quite often. But I thought to myself, when you're a rapper, when you're hood, you get noticed in the hoods and in the barrios. But when you're someone like me, you get noticed everywhere, right? You know what I mean? And I really, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I felt righteous about it. And at the same time, I felt real because they actually genuinely like my, you know, content. And I appreciate it. So shout out to that familia. They know who they are, man. It was all good in the hood. Now, I get to looking at one of them waitresses right there, right? I'll say, oh, hell no, right? This one looks good, but this one looks a lot gooder, right? I made up a word. Say it 3 times fast. I say gooder. She looks a lot gooder, right? Lot better. I hope I get her wetter, right? Because all bitches rattle. Bang, bang. So I'm like, hey, what's up? So look, we're eating, whatever. We're doing our thing. We're having a good conversation. And I tell Dubs, hey, I'm going to go pop. He said, you ain't going to pop. I said, I'm going to pop. Watch how I do it. You ready? I say, I do it all the time. Watch. You want to see the magic happen? And it's not fairy dust. Trip out on this. So she comes up to the table and she goes, I'm like, hey, what's up? Damn, you look good, girl. And she turns around to the other table and I said, oh, you didn't hear me? And she was like, no, I heard you, but we'll see what that tip do, right? Damn, I said, she about her money. It ain't tricking if you got it, right? I said, hey, all right, what's this bill? $57? Hundo, right? Slapped a little hundo. I know I'm cheap. But if that's what it takes to get her, that's what I'm going to do. Next thing you know, she comes back. I said, "What? I can't get your number?" She was like, "Yeah, I gave you my number." She wrote her number down, slid her number. I got at her that night, and everything was good in the hood. We'll just leave it at that, right? So the knock game was real for me. Dubs, of course, has an old lady, so he was being a good guy. Me, myself, I was being a maniaco. You know, everywhere I went, every little step I take, gun will be there. Every little step I'll be together. All I got to say is LA, finest women I ever seen in my life. I was all cruising through LA, the Bentley, looking at women like, oh, hell no. Like if I was from Los, you know what I mean? With respects, because if I pull up, I always pull up with respects. And I'm not trying to take your chicks, but at the same time, you know what I mean? I'm trying to go up in her. Tell her to throw up the double S while I'm in her. I don't care. You know what I mean? That's just what I'm trying to do. So we pulled up on the homeboy Food and Felons, the homeboy Fig, and of course the homeboy Cowboy right there on the pier. I think it's called Stern Wharf or Stern Pier. I'm not too sure. You know what I mean? I'm not from the area. Ain't nothing scarier than seeing Gunner walking down the street wearing all red like a pit bull terrier. But I did that. Creased up, baby cuffed. I was there, right? And I was there to show love to the city of Santa Barbara, man, that I've heard so much about, that I've wiggled past but never went into. I'll tell you guys right now, most beautiful city I ever went to in my life. I want to get a home there. Am I allowed? There's vatos from Ruta like, yeah, we're going to greet you real nice, right? I can bypass that and go over there with the white people over there by the village. What I like about it is it's Spaniard style. Nothing like I've ever seen in my life. And, you know, I hear a lot of Mexicanos, you know, we talk about our indigenous people, about the raza, our cultura, but we can't not take away the Spanish from our cultura. I know they raped, robbed, and pillaged everybody that was in vicinities of them and took all the silver. They did that. But at the same time, we all got a little Spaniard blood in us if you're of Mexicano descent. So you need to recognize your history, right? So I basically was looking around and I liked the makeup of the city. It was like being in Spain. Not that I've ever been in Spain, but Sasuke, that's probably the closest I'm going to get because I'm an ex-felon, right? Food's a felon. Anyway, shout out. So I was right there kicking back and it was good. The wharf was definitely high fees, definitely high. And I got to playing with Cowboy and trip out on this. Hey, Cowboy's still over. Look at Cowboy still over here trying to get to the starfish. Look. Y'all.
Bet you $100 on me that you can't get it.
Oh, damn. Here we go.
Huh?
Here we go.
I know for sure I could get it if I wanted.
Nah, you ain't getting it. I'm trying to make you get $100.
If I wanted to get it, I could get it.
You get it, homie. You fucking get it,
Hey, Cowboy. Cowboy. Hey, let him know who made that sweater, though. That motherfucker right there is fly as a motherfucker.
Sweaters, man. Come on.
That's that double up.
Paper to wear one of these.
Me and Cowboy were right here at the Santa Barbara Stern Pier. We're trying to get a starfish, right? So go ahead, Brick Baby, no jumper, Adam 15.5, and do what you got to do. But we're going to go viral trying to get this starfish. You ready? I'm going. As you can see, me and Cowboy were sounding, man. That's the homie. That's a real one. A1 from day one. He's always treated me with respect, and I treated him and his family with the utmost respect. That's what black and brown unity is all about. That's what real ones do. We pull up, we kick back, we reminisce, we tell war stories, we get to know each other, and at the same time, we network and make things happen for the future. Quite possibly, you guys are going to be seeing bigger and better things coming with myself, Dubs, Cowboy, Food, and Felons. But in the meantime, in between time, at the end of the day, the pull-up was real, and the kicking it was also realer, man. That funny-ass sweater that Cowboy had on right there, that Cosby classic, oh, hell no. That shit reminded me of something that Pigpen would wear. You know, remember the Charlie Brown character with all the dust behind him? It definitely, I told Cowboy personally, I said, if one of those lapels catches the wind, Essie, you're going what's that? Parasailing, right? You're gone. You're up out of here. You're going to end up in South Central before you know it. You're going to fucking come floating down right there next to the Nipsey Hussle. And you're like, They're going to be like, I swear to God, I don't know if Cowboy's Jesus, but he just came floating down. His fucking sweater was flapping in the wind. Definitely was an odd sweater for the cause, but he did that. He rocked that smooth. So we're kicking back, and I'm not even going to lie. I paid myself and my boy Fig for the most expensive food that tasted like shit. Hey, Moby Dick, shout out, respect. If you're ever in the area, you might want to pass by and look at it. But as far as the food, and this is just my critique on it, I've had chicken wings that they sell at Food for Less. Better than that. Remember old school Lucky's? I had wings that they made in Lucky's back in the days that were crunchier than them motherfuckers. Those things were soggy. But at the end of the day, that's what we had to eat. And when they hit us for that $600 and whatever dollar bill, it was, me and Fig looked at each other like, oh, hell no. Now, of course, Fig's also going to be dropping something we did. And I'm going to explain to you guys right here. And I don't want to put it out because I'm going to let him drop it on his channel. But we pulled up to a cotton candy spot, right? Actually, it wasn't a cotton candy spot. It was a candy spot right there on the wharf on the pier. And we felt that if for no other reason we should go in. We had family members with us, kids. Like, let's go get these kids some candy. Let's reminisce and see what they got up in this motherfucker one time, right? Of course, ask Cowboy. I stole me a little candy. On the way out, he was like, oh, Gunner really hood. I said, in a real way, right? I go, I'm going to need me that orange twist, right? So anyways, we're up in there, and I spot cotton candy, these little tubs of cotton candy. They were odd flavors, hot pickle, peach tea, caramel popcorn, and of course, the best of all, right? The bacon syrup, whatever it was, que la chingada. Anyways, we get them. We did a food review. It's going to be exclusively on Food and Fellas. Make sure you tap in and trip out on it, because at the same time, it was not what you guys think. It definitely was not what you think. Shit got bad, and the shit got bad fast. And it got bad so fast, Cowboy had to run next door to the ice cream shop and get him a scoop. He had to break him off some of that Kit Kat bar, because this stuff right here that we had, it was hard to get the taste of it. That later on that night when I ate at the Bomb Steakhouse, real life, right? I still couldn't get the taste of that fucking peach tea. It tasted like I just swallowed a whole bottle of fucking Aspen. It was bad, real bad. Anyways, I had a good time pulling up to Southern California. The hospitality was straight real, man. Southern hospitality at its finest. Now, I don't never go to disrespect a place. I don't never go to pull up to prove a point that I can or I will, because it was just a normal ride for me. I just jumped in the whip and got there. Definitely for the people that say me and Dubs are never together, or me and Dubs do things from a distance. Yes, I live a little bit distant from him. Yes, at the end of the day, we have lives besides YouTube that we have to tend to. But at the same time, if we definitely have time to tap in, if we definitely have time to pull up and fuck with each other on a different level, we will. See, when you got solid camaradas and solid brothers, man, solid real ones that have done time like you've done time, been through guerra like you've been through guerra, not necessarily the exact same wigglization, not necessarily the exact same get up, but when you do it like that, then there's an understanding there. There's a common sense of reality. There's a common sense that we know who's about that and who's not. You know, I felt quite comfortable. I already knew what time it was with me, and I knew what time it was with him, and we knew what time it fucking was. Guard! You did it. We did, right? And Menudo style, we did that. Now, Cowboy's righteous. Food and Fellas, one of the most righteous homeboys I've ever met in my life. It was good to tap in with real ones, to keep that circle tight, to keep that team strong, to continue to do what we does, because at the end of the day, that's all you really want is good ones surrounding you. Kind of like Chito Ranas. He needs some good ones surrounding him, lacing him up, giving him that good game, telling him it ain't all about stealing chains and spitting on him and ashing out on him. What it's about, bro, is going out there and getting your own motherfucking chain so you can proclaim king, right? If you're going to be the king of Sakura, be the king of Sakura. But at the end of the day, you need to remain with that crown on your head by hard work and being humble, being true to what you say and to your words. Now, I know a lot of people don't like me, and I know a lot of people are going to say this and that, but at the end of the day, all I could do is be me and be real. You know, when you see pictures like this of me and Dubs, you know, riding together in the car, we're really riding together. When I say riding, hey, so you got Platos? Okay, let's get it, Dubs, ready, hike, we're on, right? We definitely didn't have to do that. One thing about Southern California, don't sleep on it. It's a sleeping giant, real talk. But one thing about Southern California is the pull-up was so great, and I was so embraced, man. And you know what's a trip? Here's a true story. As soon as I get to LA, I'm kicking it with a couple homeboys, you know. I went and pulled up on my primos in Wilmas. Yes, I did that. And a couple other homeboys. And one of the homeboys calls me from Los, right? Hey, bro, what are you doing? When are you going to slide through here? He didn't even know I was in LA. I said, I'm in LA right now. He's like, what? It was weird because he hardly calls me. Then another homeboy from LA calls me, right? Hey, bro, he's from Orange County, actually. He's like, hey, bro, when are you going to slide through? Man, I haven't talked to you about that for 6 months. I was like, hey, trip out on this. I'm in Lord right now. He said, you better duck. I said, I straight up, right? We were cool too, but it's just weird. It's like people feel that vibe. They feel that energy. It's a small world. It's a small world after all. Definitely the pull-up was real, and I had great fun, man. Gracias, Los Angeles. Gracias, Santa Barbara. The time of my life. You know, like I said, there will be a lot more going on behind the scenes, a lot more networking. But one thing I will say for sure, gente, is thank you guys from Sur California. You know, I mean, from the southern part, from the southern side, not the other side, man, for definitely showing me embracement and realness. Now, of course, I understand there's gente that don't like me. I understand there's gente that's going to make a video about this, dissecting and talking shit. But at the same time, I don't care about them gente. The gente I care about are the ones that support me, the ones that I truly support, the raza, the brown ones, the ones that ain't scared to pull up, you know what I mean, in that motherfucking clang thing. The ones that will really tap in with your boy, man, and let it be known. That's who I fuck with. That's what I do this for. You know, it ain't all about the feria. I'm going to get feria anyways because I'm going to work hard for mine, right? It ain't all about the clout and I'm cool and I'm popular because I don't need to be cool, man. You're so cool that I'm going to call you a culo. I don't need to be that. See, all I need to be is myself, a real one, and care about the people that care about me. Hey, and my hands are clean of all the poop butts, and I'm going to keep pushing. Now, there's definitely a lot of stories that I could tell you, like Dub's dog, Benji, I think he likes me more than he likes Dubs. Shh, don't tell nobody. right? The author was sleeping at my feet. Does this because I closed the door, fool? I said, I don't know about none of that, but Benji was chilling. He either liked to smell like gaspa at my feet, or at the same time, he was just feeling your boy. It was cool, man. It was definitely cool seeing things that I didn't get to see. Cruising through Dubs' barrio, cruising through what would be considered back in the days his enemigos barrio, you know what I mean? With a lot of respect. That's it. Straight up, shout out to the east side of Ruta. That 805 is definitely real. And they definitely kicked up dust, you know. Growing up as an adult now and seeing the things I'm seeing and wiggling how I'm wiggling as a man, I got a lot of appreciation for that I used to ridicule, or that I had a certain mind state or thought of. You know, I didn't know. You know, expand your mind, gente. Meet new people. Knock new bitches. That's what I do, right? Utterly Jasmine, I'm going to call you tonight because the wind's blowing. Anyways, with that being said, gente, I just want to drop this quick one, man. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you guys see the realness in it, because it was real. It's what I did. And at the end of the day, it was not to prove a point to anybody. For those that say, Gunner will never pull up here, or Gunner lives here, Gunner don't do this, and Gunner don't do that. I'm going to tell you what Gunner does do. He knocks bitches daily, because all bitches rattle. With that being said, I hope that you move with a purpose, get everything that you want coming to you. And remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the brown and the black coming together. The raza. Woods. Got a lot of love for you, brother. Seen a few of you. You guys looked at me, seen the tattoos, the creases, and the 501s with the baby cuff, the red shirt with the red Lakers hat, and bang, bang. They went across the pier. I'm just saying, though. With that being said, man, hey, thumbs up or thumbs down. See, Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle and strive for what I truly and honestly believe in, and that's the raza and black and brown movement coming together, man. It's all about us. I said it's all about you. One time. Orderly, man. Heavy is the head that's going to wear the fucking crown. I'm going to continue to do what I do. And if you want to use my music, do it. It brought me 100 new subscribers. This is the gun. Bang, bang. Shout out to Santa Ruta.